Here's one topic I've been talking about for a minute. DHS post talking about remigration. That is Nazi shit. Shadow Part 2025. I've talked about before the Nazis near the end. I think Himmler wrote up something called the Neighborhood Aliens. It's very similar to that. I don't know the thing about it. I mean, it's saddening. I can't say it makes me angry when I've said it over and over and over again that what you're looking at is white people redefining what America is, that it's a bastion of hatred and racism, and that's what this was all about, that white people can only rise up higher by black people falling lower. That's what MAGA is. It can never be great for everybody. And they're not even going to pretend about that anymore. That's what remigration and all the other little, tricky phrases they use. That's what this stuff really means, is that white people can't rise. They can't be great again unless we go down and blacks and brown people go down. That's what it is. Redefining America, redefining what America is, redefining values. I'm embarrassed being American. I'm embarrassed at flag. I didn't really feel bad for National Guard folks that died because they had no business out there. You are taking up arms to literally go into a major city with loaded weapons to menace innocent people, to stop them on the streets, to search them and demand ID people who have broken no law. That makes you fair game. Now, it may not be popular, but there are certain things you do in this world, where, hey, not saying I agree with murder, not saying I agree with murder against a uniform, but he's using them in a way that is unjust, it's improper, and it's humiliating. And everybody out here ain't humble. Everybody out here is not like that. And this is a person, this is a chicken on the roof. This is a person that was a part of the Shade Death Squad. And Trump just lied. He just lied. And Biden let him in, and oh, you're stupid. No, Trump let him in because he didn't vet it the right way. Because he half-assed that, like everything else, just lies about it. That's how dumb he knows MAGA is. You eat that shit right up with your suckers, you idiots. That was people that they let in. He couldn't get a job. He had trouble getting a job. And so what he ended up doing was getting engaged in violence. He was in a group chat trying to get help, and they took him off the group chat. Yeah. Why would anybody want to serve this country? Why would anybody want to help America? Look at what they do. Look how he just screwed the Ukrainians. I just, like these things. He screwed Pakistan out of a deal years ago on like fighter jets. India, one of the countries. Like, why would you want to help America? You got to be a fool to do that. They're showing you they have no values. They're showing you the unjust. So I know people will be like, I should be mad as an African American that rolling back to Tuskegee Airmen, they're teaching them that in the military schools, things like that. But I'm not really angry about it because it's a reaffirmation. None of us have any business fighting for this white man. We just don't. We never did. All this is really like the end of America. This is really like the end of unipolar power, which is a good thing. It must end. This white man's way of living and moving is so rotten and unjust, it must end. That's what MAGA is. It's injustice wrapped up in a flag. That's all it is. I felt like, I don't know how this will affect the polls and stuff. It's still relatively new, this stuff coming out. But like, why didn't they apologize? I don't want DHS to apologize. These are devils. This is an administration that overwhelmingly does not represent my values, not my objectives, my values as a man. It's plenty of things Obama did not agree with. I never felt like his values or the actions of the administration went against my values. You understand? I feel every day that this administration operates in a vicious, cruel, and sadistic way to demand to refuse people like me our rights. I do not think I am represented as an African American. I do not feel like I'm represented, at all. I don't feel like represented. I feel like this administration is sadistic. In that we look at these polls and people are like, oh, it's like 30% or something support a war in Venezuela. And like, why is that? Because those are racist. I mean to say this. Some of this stuff, the bombings of the boats, the war in Venezuela, this is about fucking up brown people. That's all it is. I'm not saying that because I want to go hang out with Maduro and crack a beer with Maduro. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's about hate. Shahid Bolson told us, he's like, he's talking about Muslims coming to this country, that you just feel like you're safe. They don't do the things they do, the drones and all that. The bombing over here, what they do overseas. He's like, that's because they don't want to make things unstable. And now we look at the running with cars, pepper spraying crowds of people, spraying cops. They had an accident, then the people were recording, they went up to people that were recording and pointing guns at them. The one where the people were recording, the guy pulled up in his car, put a gun out the window. And now we're moving to an area where this is open warfare on American citizens. I don't want DHS to apologize for anything. See, that's adulthood right there as a man. Is that men will do things that define them. And you get to a point in life, my mom used to say, we ain't got to heaven and hell with nobody. And she's right. She's right. But I have time. I'm too big in my teeth and this and that. I don't have time. I was meeting with a dental surgeon. I'm supposed to be with them and get stuck in the blizzard out west. They didn't make it. You know what I mean? I have time to sit here and be worried about things. I don't. I thank God when people show me the true nature. Because now I can set myself in opposition to that. That's adulthood. Not wanting to fix people or solve people and what I call it, dealing with broken people and broken things. No. It's that you're on the right side and that you know who's right and who's unjust, who's acting improperly. Not to judge people. Because I'm like, you can fix people. And I don't, at 35, I don't think we can fix anybody. You're trying to fix yourself. Not fix some other man. This is an administration that was elected to do harm. That literally operates to attack other people, to attack Americans. And this, once again, this is about a redefinition of America. Who belongs here and who doesn't. Not because of crimes, not because of the law, not because of how they feel.